Interest rates being as historically low as they are for most of 2020 and into 2021, a lot of you are seeing opportunity, and rightfully so. It's literally never been cheaper to borrow money to buy a home, and that can save you thousands over the course of a mortgage loan. As with all good things, though, this won't last forever. And we're already seeing signs that rates are going to be going up again soon. Matter of fact, I reached out to my good friend Greg Janicki with First Community Mortgage to see what kind of signs he's seeing that interest rates are going to be going up again. I'm joined this morning with my good friend Greg Janicki with First Community Mortgage. Happy New Year and welcome to the new mortgage company. How are you?
Oh, Ron, it's been real good. It's like drinking from a fire hose a little bit the first week and a half, but it's very good. Thank you.
I am not a Wall Street guy. I have no idea, what the Fed's doing and how that impacts us. You, however, do. And what you sent to myself and other agents throughout Metro Atlanta really resonated. I'm working with a lot of folks who are in credit repair mode, who are trying to get their credit above like 620 so they can, get pre-qualified, pre-approved for a home loan. And there are those that are already there and are maybe looking to make their credit score even better to get a lower interest rate. So what you said last Friday about the U.S. Treasury note affecting interest rates could impact them. And so I wanted to discuss that with you real quick. So I'm going to let you explain real quick what's happening with the U.S. Treasury note, the 10-year note, and how it affects interest rates.
Yeah, the Treasury bill, the 10-year U.S. Treasury note sets the trend for long-term interest rates. And anybody can go look at that. It's just a market. I use Market Watch, and anybody can go on Market Watch, www.marketwatch.com, and select the U.S. 10-year Treasury note. If you do that, you're going to see exactly the same thing that I'm watching. And what you can do is you can look at what's happening for that day, for 5 days, a month, 6 months, a year, whatever it is. And so I look at that because what we're trying to do is see a trend. Well, since the first of the year, the trend on the Treasury bill has been going up. So we've just been going just like this. Now, what that means is that long-term interest rates are going to follow that trend and are going to continue to move up. Oh my gosh. The Treasury note right now is at 1.176. Now, I'll take a look while we're online.
Okay.
The last time we were that high was March of last year. So what that says is right about the time that everything hit with COVID and interest rates started going down, that's about where we're at right now. So what does that mean to the consumer? And for the consumer, what it means, if you have a little bit higher interest rates, then the buying power is going to be somewhat reduced.
Right.
It doesn't mean you can't buy a house, and it certainly doesn't mean, Ron, that interest rates are bad. Interest rates are phenomenal. We're still in the low threes, maybe even squeaking into the high twos, whereas 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were in the mid twos.
Yeah.
But that's changing just a little bit. Now, this doesn't mean that interest rates are going to continue to go up. We don't know what's going to happen exactly. What we do know is that interest rates are moved up from where they were at, and buying power may be slightly reduced if you have a specific monthly payment you're trying to target.
So what I was trying to relay to folks that are looking to improve their credit score to get a lower interest rate was that with the signals in the U.S. Treasury note, showing us that interest rates are likely to start creeping up again, they may just be treading water. If they're waiting for that to happen, for the credit score to get a little bit better to garner a lower interest rate, they might actually be better off just going ahead and pulling the trigger now if they can get pre-approved.
Ron, you bring up a very good point. For a long period of time, and Ron, I've been doing this forever. I'm an old guy, 31 years. But I have always told people, be patient, don't worry, take your time.
Yeah.
But I think and you and I have talked about this in the past, I've changed my tune in the last 6 months. And I've told people, we may never again see interest rates like this.
Right.
And so it probably behooves somebody to as you use your term, pull the trigger, I think it makes sense for someone to really consider pulling the trigger right now, largely because interest rates are still favorable.
Mhm.
Now, I don't believe that they're going to go up real high, but I think if you're thinking, gee whiz, it would be nice if I were at 2.625 or 2.75, and all of a sudden we start quoting as lenders 3.25 or 3.375, people are going to start saying, gee whiz, I thought I'd be in the twos.
Yep.
Well, the only way that you can keep the interest rates for certain relatively low is to act now.
Yeah, go ahead and get that rate locked in. Exactly. I guess what I'm saying is, even for folks who are just barely able to get pre-approval for a home loan, interest rates are historically good for them. They're going to get the same sort of interest rate that folks who had sterling credit before March of 2020 were getting. Am I right?
Yes, yeah. We're still lower than we were before 2020. We are absolutely lower. And even if people have got lower credit scores, as you said, you're still going to find rates today, like you indicated, better than we had for high credit scores back in 2019.
Right.
So the time to move on this, even if credit scores are a little bit lower, is right now, because we may not see this again.
Well, I wanted to get you on because, folks hearing it from me are like, well, he's just a real estate agent. What does he know? Yeah, this is why I come to you, because you know what you're talking about.
Well, Ron, thank you. And I'll tell you, one of the most important things people can realize is that they need to have, in my opinion, professional realtor like yourself, and hopefully a trusted advisor on the mortgage side, because that's when they'll get the best direction. Right. And help them accomplish their goals and not just make it a transaction.
And at the end of the day, I'm super passionate about this, and I think you know this. We have empirical data over decades in this country that shows that home ownership is the one, one way to grow wealth, familial, generational, personal, family wealth that isn't as impacted by the ups and downs of the market. It's the one way to grow wealth that is constant.
Ron, you're exactly right. Home ownership is the number one way people have used to help build wealth. And even if if they've got a 401k or IRAs and all of those things, but, I met with someone yesterday who was 54 years old, her home is paid off, and, the home is worth $325,000. And how many people have got $325,000 sitting in the bank? So home ownership is a valuable, valuable way to set yourself up for later in life.
All right, Greg, thanks for the time. I appreciate it. And good talking to you. Good seeing you as always.
Take care. Have a good day. Say hi to Ethan.
Will do.
Bye.
Sounds to me like if your credit's in good shape and you're ready to buy, now might be the time instead of waiting for later to see if your credit scores go up and your interest rates go down. Because as interest rates climb, you may be waiting for no reason at all. Anyway, listen, your situation could be completely different. So feel free to reach out to me. Let's have a discussion and see if now is the time for you to purchase your next home. Here to help whenever.